Thanks for watching the Council in Brief. I'm Susan Kennedy. We're here with all the news of the Montgomery County Council for this third week in February. This week, we start with the operating budget for Montgomery County Public Schools. The Board of Education has approved a $2.2 billion budget for the next fiscal year. That figure is $82 million more than was approved last year. Council members say the county's current economic situation will make it difficult to fund this request.
The Board of Education did what they are required to do by law, which is to pass a maintenance of effort budget. They did that, and they assumed a lot of money that the county does not have. So the county executive, Ike Leggett, has already said that this would not be an MOE budget. The council is anticipating the March 15th arrival of the budget in our hands, and then we will begin the very difficult job of figuring out how we're going to balance the budget knowing we don't have this kind of money.
In other news, the latest census figures reinforced what has been evident over the past several years. Minorities have become the majority in Montgomery County. Just under 49% of Montgomery's residents are non-Hispanic whites, down from 60% just 10 years ago. Hispanics rose by 2/3 and make up close to 17% of the county's population, outsizing the African American population. Councilmember Nancy Navarro says these new numbers will change the image of Montgomery County.
As you can see, the growth has been throughout the county. It has not necessarily been concentrated in one area or another as it was in the past. So I think the message is that this is who we are. These are our neighbors, these are our friends, these are our co-workers, and I think it reflects the national trend that we are now a global, very much a global county, just like the world is.
It's no secret this year's operating budget will be one of the most difficult this county has seen. So, in an effort to engage the public in the budget process, the county has launched an online tool that will make it easier for the public and the business community to make comments or suggestions on the budget. The web page was the original idea of Councilmember George Leventhal.
How do we engage the people we represent in the big challenge of bringing our expenses in line with our revenues, which is going to require spending less, when every specific thing we spend less on garners a whole lot more emails saying, save that, don't cut that. And so my thinking was that if we had a very easy tool that the public could use, both to weigh in on the need to reduce the budget and then also on specific things that we may not be aware of. For example, a lot of suggestions have related to turning lights off at night. People drive by buildings, Montgomery College facilities, parking garages, and they're saying, why do you need the lights on? I think our Department of General Services may not be aware that at any given time, lights are on at night in a given building. It may just be an error. And so these kinds of things that we're already hearing from the public are really very helpful to department heads, the county executive, and the county council. And then other things that give us a sense of where public opinion is and what the public's priorities are.
The budget comment link can be accessed directly at montgomerycountymd.gov/budget comments. In committee news, members of the Health and Human Services and Planning, Housing, and Economic Development Committees are meeting to discuss plans to combine the Wheaton Library and Community Center. As Councilmember George Leventhal tells us, the proposal is a win-win for the Wheaton community.
I think it's an innovative idea that we would combine a library and a rec center. Both the library and the rec center that are there today are in very bad condition. They certainly need to be renovated. There had been a lot of conversation about moving the library as part of Wheaton revitalization. Folks who live nearby along Arcola Avenue and in the Kemp Mill neighborhood were unhappy about that. They wanted to keep the library nearby. There was a small rec center proposed at the former Good Counsel High School site. That was not cost effective, and it was very close to the existing rec center. So I think there's much to appreciate about the suggestion that we would have one brand new building at Georgia and Arcola, and that building would meet both needs.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for tuning in.